Alright guys, sorry about that. Actually my memory card was full, so my camera stopped recording. Anyway, I was just talking about the face mask here. Yeah, in the wintertime it really cuts back when the wind's blowing. Just makes you a little more comfortable. So I put that aside there. Also for the winter. Actually, these are for the winter. These are my heavy duty gloves. These are made by let's see, say Heat Lock on them. They say Heat Lock here on the tag. I'm guessing that's the brand. I never really looked into it. And the front says Winter Deer. These are actually purchased for me as a present one year for Christmas. I absolutely love them. They're extremely warm. There's leather palms on here. They don't have a lot of dexterity though. Like when I have these on, I have mobility in my fingers, but they're not good for, you know, doing fine work with your fingers. These are generally the gloves that I'll wear when I'm just outside in the cold and I'm not really doing anything, just walking around or, you know, hiking, whatever, stuff like that. But they're extremely warm, so I keep them here for wintertime. When I'm actually doing something in the winter or the summer, I keep these in my bag all year round. These are very thin gloves. They help in the winter because they're warmer than nothing. However, I have complete mobility in my fingers. I could do small things if I wanted to. They're very comfortable. You know, elastic wrist area here. High visibility, so I won't lose them if I take them off, drop them in the snow or, you know, in the woods. And especially when I'm doing a lot of woodworking. You can see the palms are dirty. Working with a lot of wood, it really kind of rips up on your hands. It's very rough on your skin. So I like using this when I'm cutting wood, chopping, stuff like that. So these go in my bag all year round. Sometimes in the winter, I'll put these on. Then I'll put you know, this glove over it. This way I'm extremely warm. However, when I need to do something, you know, fine work, I'll take off the outer glove. I still have warm hands I can work with. And of course, if these get wet, I can always take these off and put the other gloves on, and vice versa. You know, so my hands are dry. So these do stay in here all year round. However, these don't. These are just my winter gloves. Move this stuff aside here. Gotta make some room for all this stuff. Let's see here. What should I talk about first? You can see there's a middle divider. This is a divider in the middle. This pops right out. It's only Velcro. I do keep it in here. It separates kind of my stuff. I kind of know which is on which side, as opposed to just having all the stuff piled in here. However, by the way, I do have a lot more room in here. I can add a bunch more stuff if I wanted to this bag. So it gives you a lot of versatility. You can have a lot of stuff in here. In the middle pouch here, though, or the middle divider, there's a Velcro pocket, and there I keep that breacher bar. Now this I use for if I really need to beat on something, heavy-duty prying. I decided not to sharpen this. When I first showed this, I said I might sharpen it. I didn't want to. You know, I have knives if I need something sharp. It comes to a cute enough edge where I can, you know, beat on wood or pry with it. It's fine. I love it. This is the heavy-duty tool. This is when you really you know, you can really beat on stuff and you know, get in there. It's pretty useful. I've actually used this twice already, and it definitely saved on my knives. And I don't have to worry about it. You know, it's relatively cheap. If for some reason it broke, which I don't think it will. It can definitely take a lot of abuse. Thick old stock there. It's easily replaceable. But anyway, I keep that in the middle pouch there. The little lanyard on it. Let's talk about this. This is my makeshift medical case. My first aid. This is a Case Logic case. I believe this was originally sold. I got this at Walmart. It's sold to carry your flash drives, but I thought it was perfect to carry my medical stuff because of the little pockets. As you see here, on both sides there's 3 Velcro pockets. They fit a variety of Band-Aids perfectly. Absolutely love it for this. Some sterile pads in here. I have even more bandages, all different kinds of bandages. Right in the middle, this is where I keep my emergency blanket. As you can see here, very good to have too. Never know if you're going to need that. This is especially good if you're in your car. I mean, of course, I keep this in my car all the time. But let's say I get stranded in the middle of winter, you know, where the car breaks down, run out of gas, whatever. I'm on the highway, you know, it's very cold, it's nighttime, whatever. The situation is, I can keep warm with this. You know, believe it or not, people have froze to death on the side of the road waiting for help. So it's good to have something like this. Even if you don't carry one of these bags, these are cheap. These are like $1 or $2. You know, you can get them at Walmart, I think, for $2. Buy a couple. Throw it in your, you know, your glove compartment in your car. Throw it underneath the seat. Throw them in the back where your spare tire is. Keep them somewhere in the car. They're good to have. You never know if you're going to need them. But as you can see here, 3 pockets on each side. I actually have 2 of them open, 2 pockets open. Usually I kept a little thing of Neosporin here, a little tube of Neosporin. I recently took it out to use it, so I have to replace that. Good thing I made this video. And then I have a spare pocket which I don't use. I can always add stuff to it if I want to. So this is a great little kit. Again, a lot of versatility, a whole bunch of different things here, from a little paper cup all the way up to a big old knee scrape, or a gash I got taken care of. So that's my little makeshift first aid kit, which I use often. And as you saw there in the front pocket here, I do have even more bandages. So let me leave that out here. Let's see what's next. This side I do keep a sharpening stone. This is a Smith's. It's an Arkansas stone. I use this just to touch up my blades. Not a necessity, but I have the room in my bag, so why not? This is okay for on the field quick sharpening. If I'm using my knife, heavy duty, and I happen to have one of my cheaper model knives that have a softer steel, I might need to touch it up. So that's why I keep that in my bag. By the way, these are like $10 at Lowe's if you're interested. I keep a spare razor blade. This is more for other people than for me. Someone asks for a knife they're going to be using for a little bit, a little while. Instead of giving my knife, I'll just break this out and give it to them. These are, you can get these at the dollar store, like a 3-pack. I believe I even have 2 sizes in here. Also, if I needed a really fine blade just for some closer detail work, I always have something here. Very cheap. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It's not very heavy at all. So I keep that in there. Toilet paper. You can never go wrong with this stuff. It's actually this camper's toilet paper from Ozark Trail. You can get these at Walmart. It comes in a pack with some replacement packs. This package is in right now is actually the dispenser for it. This stuff is indispensable. It has its one major obvious use, which doesn't need to be said. That you'd be very grateful if you needed toilet paper and you actually had it. But besides that use, there's a whole bunch of other things you can do with this. You can clean up messes, use it like tissues. If you have a cold, you can blow your nose with it. It's just good to have. So I keep that in there as well. Then here I have a radio in a pack from CountyComm. I think I did a video on this. If I didn't, I might have to do one in the future. This is a GP4L radio. This is great to have in any kind of survival bag or EDC bag. If something happens, whether it's weather-wise, a natural disaster, or a terrorist attack, or anything, you should always have some form of radio on you. It's good to have, whenever you're in the car, you have the radio in the car. However, again, if your car breaks down, you don't have electric, something like that. If you're at home and the power goes out, it's good to have a radio. So I always keep a little portable radio in there. And this pouch I can use for multiple things too. If I wanted to, I can take the radio out and put this on my side and have another carry pouch for, whatever I want. Some loops on the back there to mount it on your belt. So I carry that, as well as spare batteries. This is good. I live in Pennsylvania, so I keep a full Pennsylvania map of the whole state and the direct states around us. These are very good to have. If you don't have this in your car and your glove compartment already, please put one in your bag. You can get these free. Any visitor center for your whole state. Look them up. These are totally free. You can have them even shipped to your house, I think, free of charge. It's good to have a map, specifically for the car. I like to leave the glove compartment open for other things. I'll keep my map in my bag. But you never know when you're going to just be completely lost. I don't use GPS in the car or anything like that. I just go old school, break out the map if I'm lost. And it's good to know how to read a map anyway. Again, you never know when our advanced technology like GPS systems in our car or anything, if that all that stuff craps out, how are you going to know where you are? So having a map and knowing how to read it is very, very good. When I was on my trip with my grandfather, we picked up maps for we use maps for everywhere, to go everywhere, and he showed me how to use them, and ever since I always had a map on me. It's just good to have. Let's see. This is a smaller pouch. This actually has a battery carrier for double A's. I currently have it empty, so I do have to replace it. I used them all. I usually like putting the lithium double A's in here, the Energizer. So just have spare batteries. You can't go wrong with that. Some of these items, if you're out for a duration of time, especially like the radio, if I'm out there for a long period of time, I'm going to need extra batteries. I like to try to keep everything kind of the same. Use the same kind of batteries, so you don't have to carry a variety of them. AA's are for my radio as well as for my flashlight. So it's just good to have batteries. Plus, AA's are pretty versatile. You can use them in a lot of different things. Someone else might need them as well. So I always carry them. And the last item, which is on the bottom here on this side, is paracord. This is ACU gray. Doesn't matter what color. This is 90 feet. I opened the bag and I took 10 feet to make a lanyard for something. But I have 90 feet of paracord in here. Just awesome stuff. You never know when you're going to tie something up, rig something. It's just good to have. If nothing else, if you're stuck somewhere and you're completely bored, I could break this out and braid a lanyard or do something like that. Kind of kill time. Very good to have. I always keep that in the bottom of my bag. So that's this side. Let me put some of this stuff away here, and then I'll show you the other side. Alright, let's flip over to the other side. Alright, first thing I'll show you is I keep a cheapo fixed blade. This is my Beater Mora. This is a stainless steel version of the Clipper, 4-inch blade, razor sharp. Like to keep it nice and sharp, but as you can see, dirty, messy. If I have to get in somewhere that's just nasty and cut something, I break this out. Having a fixed blade's good. It's not full tang, these Moras, but they're definitely strong enough for most things. Like I said, if it's mucky and nasty and you got to cut something and get in there, I can use this, not worry about it. If it ever breaks on me, not a big deal. I'm out $10. Replace it with a new one. So I keep that as my beater knife. So I have that. I'll take that out. I have this, which is actually just a bag of candy. Ziploc bag inside. This is just loose, cheapo candy. I mean, these are cheap stuff. I think I got most of this at the dollar store. It's always good to have some form of candy. This is very, the cheap stuff is very high in sugar, very, very sweet. It's good to have that in your bag. Again, if you get stranded somewhere, whether you're in the car or wherever, and you're not going to be eating for a while, it's good to have some high sugar products with you, so that your blood sugar doesn't go all the way down. You start feeling really messed up and dizzy. So it's good to have that. I mean, I don't normally just snack on this. Sometimes I will, but if I have nothing to snack on, I'll break this out and have a piece or two. But it's always good to have some kind of candy. Whatever kind of candy you like the most, pack a couple of them, in your bag. Like I said, the biggest use for this is if you're stranded somewhere and you're not going to be eating for a while. You just want to keep your blood sugar level up a little bit. You got to be careful though, because if you overdose on sugar, you're also going to be in a bad situation. So you want to go easy on this stuff. But it will keep you, moderately. Well, I wouldn't say full. You're probably going to still feel hungry. But like I said, it'll keep your blood sugar levels where they should be. But again, don't go nuts on it. Just a little bit. Next thing I have here, a bag, some miscellaneous stuff in here. I actually have garbage bags. Garbage bags are great to have in any environment. If you're in an urban environment, garbage bag's good for the obvious reason, collect garbage. If you're camping or something, it's good to have garbage bags to clean up your mess when you're done. In a survival type situation, garbage bags are great to have. They're very light. They don't take up much room at all. You can use them to waterproof your shelter, the roof for whatever shelter you're building. They are fragile. They're not like a tarp. I mean, you can puncture through them easily, but it will keep you drier longer than if you didn't have them. A lot of versatility in them. Then I have these towel pills. I made a whole video on those. Self-explanatory. They're good in any environment, city or country, doesn't matter. I have a simple lighter. Again, another source of fire. It's good to have multiple ways to make fire. This is one of those items I was talking about earlier that's not a necessity. This is actually my flint and steel kit. Let me take this out for you real quick. By the way, this video is going to be a couple parts if you haven't already noticed. But anyway, this is my flint and steel kit. Got some dry lint in here, some jute twine, my flint. I got some wax covered material in here, sustain a flame longer, and then my striker. This is more for when I'm talking to people about different things and I happen to mention this type of kit. It's just cool to have on me, so I can actually show them. I can show them how it works. It's just a fun item. Where I live, I'm never in a situation where I'm going to rely on something like this to make fire and survive. I'm not way out in the country like that. I mean, like I said, I'm in the suburbs. It's not a necessity. I don't need this. It's just a fun item to have. Besides that, I also have this stuff in this bag. This is peach nut oil, and this stuff is just so versatile. It's like a soap, but on the back here I'll just read you some of the things, some of the possible uses for this. You can use it for body washing, shampoo, shaving, soak your hands, you can soak your nails, laundry detergent, cleaning delicate washables. You can use it to clean your floor, clean jewelry. You can use it for stovetops, car washing, boat washing, surfboards. You can use it in the bath, blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. It's awesome stuff. I just use it normally just for regular soap. If I'm out in the wilderness, I'll use this to wash my hands in whatever kind of water I have. But it's just good to have some form of soap on you. Like I said, you just never know where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing. Let's say you're in a public restroom, you have to make a stop. I probably wouldn't use the soap in public bathrooms. Not cool. When I was younger, I used to, when I lived in Jersey, my neighbor's father, or his father-in-law, actually cleaned gas station bathrooms for a living. And for a day, he offered to pay me, because, it was summertime, I didn't have any work or anything, and wanted some money. And we were talking, he's like, well, why don't you come with me for the day and clean bathrooms with me? You can, earn $100. So I was all for it. I'm like, hey, $100 for a day. I'm on board, right? We go out there. It was the nastiest thing I've ever done in my life. I do not suggest ever doing that. I don't know how he can do it day in and day out, but it still makes me shiver. Some nasty stuff. So it's just good to have soap on you. You never know. So that's that little bag. All right, let's see. Might have to stop the video soon to make another part. Regular hand sanitizer. This is just Weiss brand, cheapo stuff. You don't have to get name brand stuff. This actually has aloe in it, so this is also a good addition to your first aid kit. When I get a cut, I'll put some of this on there. The heavy alcohol content and the fact that it has aloe, great to clean out cuts. Awesome. Just great to clean your hands too. So very, very good. Again, if you guys haven't, most of you guys already know this, but you can also use this to light fires. So it's just another multi-purpose item you can have in your bag. Good stuff. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Well, I guess I'm going to stop here. I only have a couple more items to show you, but I'm going to stop film here and actually make another part to this video.